Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Tom Slays. Welcome Monday, my friends. Happy Monday. Today is January 13th, 2025, and this is episode 208 of the Music Mondays podcast. I hope you're well, hope you're chilling. What's cracking? I'm your host, Tom Slays, back for another Monday. Let's get into it. This is our second show of 2025. Fantastic. I love it, man. I love it. So, I hope you all had a good week. I hope everybody's well. Pretty stacked show for you guys here tonight, so let's get into it. All right, so let's see here. First order of business, we're gonna go over some weekly recap jazz, and then we're gonna talk about what's coming over the course of the next week or so here at Music Mondays, and then we're gonna have some community feedback for our discussion segment this week, and then we're gonna hop into this week's reactions. So let's get into it. Weekly recap. Let's talk. All right. So, Music Money's weekly recap, what you missed over the last week or so here on the platform. So, per usual, Music Money's basic logo t-shirts are available in stock right now at limited quantities. Make sure that you send us a message, send us a DM if you're interested. We have smalls, mediums, and larges still in stock. So make sure you get yours while supplies last. And of course, every Tuesday, early access Patreon content launches on our Patreon. So if you missed a live show or you want to download the show in high quality for clipping or re-upload purposes or anything like that, that's available every Tuesday on our Patreon. So definitely go check out our Patreon and go show that some love as well. And then Wednesday, SoundCloud Sunday submissions open every single Wednesday. You guys know that. And of course, we do a little bit of audio podcast promo as well. So Wednesday's usually pretty stacked. And heading into Thursday, we dropped a 2025 winter preview last week during episode 207 of the Music Mondays podcast. We spoke about what's coming on Music Mondays over the next couple of months during the 2025 winter season. You know what I mean? So that YouTube upload is available right now on our channel. So make sure you go check that out and go show that some love. That is a absolute banger. Pretty much just a small roadmap of what's to come over the next, I'd say like a couple of months or so. So definitely go check that out. Go show it some love. Make sure you sub to the channel. 2 new videos every single week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments. You guys know the drill. And then episode 207 of the Music Mondays podcast, if you missed it last week, dropped on audio platforms on Thursday as well. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for all the audio versions of the Music Mondays podcast. Again, that drops every single Thursday. So just keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And of course, heading into Friday, we dropped a brand new article with the homie Zwei. Part 2 actually, and that was written by the homie Jaded. Jay did a really good job on that. Huge shout out to Jay and Zwei and everybody else over there. You guys are awesome. Definitely go check out the 2-part interview on our website right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link's down below and all that good jazz. And huge shout out to Jay and Zwei. That's actually quite the rhyme there. I'm not gonna lie. That was Friday, Snack Friday. And of course, we headed into Saturday with episode 207 of the Music Mondays podcast available on our YouTube channel right now. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. Episode 207 is available right now. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted, tuned in, and showed love. You guys are awesome. Let's see. So that was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday volume 169 is available right now on our SoundCloud. That was curated by me. The cover was also done by me. Huge shout out to everybody that submitted. Huge shout out to everybody that got placed. And even if you're just supporting SoundCloud Sunday, thank you. You guys are awesome. And again, for a reminder, SoundCloud Sunday submissions open every single Wednesday. So make sure you follow us on socials to stay up to date when all of our submissions do open. Let's see here. Yes, so that was Sunday, heading into today, Monday, and that is your weekly recap, my friends. And of course, the weekly recap is available on all of our social media right now. So definitely go check that out and go show the weekly recap some love. And that takes us here, episode 208. We're live, we're chilling. How are we, man? Let's fucking get it. So, let's see here. That's weekly recap, jazz. Let's see here. Let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. So, per usual, we're working pretty hard to get all of our major drops done and out the way. I'm going to be sitting down with the staff here pretty soon, discuss some more bigger events in the background, but our Patreon update will still be coming. Our Music Mondays merch promo piece, that'll be coming. A couple other small things that we're going to update as well for 2024. Like I said, the refresh is definitely a big deal. We're going to be refreshing all of our graphics and everything like that. So over the course of like January, February-ish, that'll be kind of the bigger picture of things. But of course, your weekly recap or your weekly and monthly drops will stay the same per usual. So again, the podcast isn't changing. The playlists aren't going anywhere. Articles every single Friday. You guys know the drill. But working on some refresh things on the back end for Music Mondays, and gonna head into the new year pretty strong. So keep your eyes peeled for any new major updates as well. And of course, make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, wherever you use social media, we are there. So definitely go check that out. That's pretty much the large chunk of things. Again, I want to make sure that we have a few things lined up before I plan any more like major events, because we definitely want to do Cyberfest as well this year. I definitely want to do a couple of different live segments as well. So there's some stuff planned for 2025. So I'm excited. It'll be good. So let's see here. So we did weekly recap. We spoke about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. Let's talk recruiting. So, let's see. So per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our staff roles, right? So if you're a writer, journalist, designer, curator, you want to do short form media, you want to do long form media for Music Mondays, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send me a message, send us a DM, send us an email, anything like that works. And of course, resume is definitely not required, but preferred. If you're just kind of new to the scene, we'd be happy to get you on board and show you the ropes when it comes to the underground media environment for sure. So again, if you have any interest in any of the Music Monday staff roles, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. That'd be great. And of course, you can check out our 2024 role guide that is available on our YouTube channel right now, where I kind of break down all the staff roles in greater detail and what everybody's roles are and realistically what's expected of your content and things like that. And we'll be refreshing all the guides here this year on the channel as well, right? So how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast, 2025 role guide, all that stuff will be getting a refresh for the new year as well. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. So let's see here. Per usual, like I said, we are recruiting, and one other thing that we do have to talk about is SoundCloud exclusives. Per usual, Music Mondays is on the hunt for unreleased material. So again, if you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you'd like to have hosted on our SoundCloud, definitely let us know. Of course, for free, promoted across all of our socials for free as well. We're only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards, right? You want to go throw it up on all platforms, that's great. But we're only interested in the SoundCloud version, just as another way to promote artists, but also show our listeners over there on SoundCloud some love, right? So again, if that interests you, definitely let us know. Send me a message, send us a DM, send us an email. And the same goes for YouTube as well. If you have a music video, visual, AMV, even if you just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, that works too. Again, hosted and promoted for free. We're only interested in unreleased material. So again, send us a message, send us a DM if you'd like any more information on that. Or shoot Music Mondays a message or an email or anything like that. That works too. But per usual, we are on the hunt for some exclusives, especially to kick off 2025, for sure. Okay. So we spoke exclusives, we spoke recruiting, we did weekly recap, we did what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. Okay, so the next thing we got to do here is our community feedback segment. So it's a new month, new everything, so we're going to get another refresh in for the community feedback. And for those of you that don't know and that are new here, community feedback is our community segment where we allow the community to flood the comments, flood our messages, flood our DMs, flood our email, anything like that, to really speak their mind and let us know what they'd like to see on Music Mondays, right? Because we have a whole content schedule that we have, and there's plenty of ideas in our background that we're going to get out. But when it comes down to what the community actually wants to see, we like to give the community a voice, right? And give us some ideas. Let us know who you'd like to see here on Music Mondays, what you'd like to see here on the podcast, and even just Music Mondays in general, right? Playlist stuff. You want us to do some sort of guides, some how-tos, anything like that. So again, definitely let us know. Sound off in the comments. Send us a tweet, send us a DM, send us an email, anything like that works. Because again, like I said, we have a pretty consistent content schedule when it comes to Music Mondays. But again, we're always open for ideas, right? And really looking for the community to kind of voice their opinions as well. So again, this will be community feedback number 18, I believe. So definitely drop a comment, send us a tweet, send us a DM, send us an email. This will be uploaded on the channel per usual. So again, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. Like the video, all that good jazz. Like I said earlier, new videos every Thursday, every Saturday, per usual. So again, make sure you sub the channel, like the video, all that good jazz, and let us know. Community feedback number 18. Let's get it, baby. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Let's see here. So community feedback is good. Um, you guys know the drill. It is about that time, my friends. It's about that time. So let's head over to Twitter and check out our submissions, and let's see what we have here. Okay. Alrighty, chat. Let's hop on over. Let's give our music a quick pause here. Let's go check out what's going down on this fine Monday. Well, let's do it. So, all right, per usual, you guys know the drill. Tweets are always in the same format every single week. They'll always read Artisan Creative. Submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on January 13th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/soundplays, which is here and now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So, per usual, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Like vocals, obviously, instrumentals, YouTube edits, music videos, photography, videography, digital art, things of that nature. So again, for the main reason being that so many artists are multi-talented, right? So we like to give everybody a chance to showcase all their work here on the show because again, a lot of people do a lot of roles realistically, right? Like a lot of designers are also producers, a lot of producers are also engineers, a lot of engineers are also designers, and vice versa. So we like to give everybody a fair shake here at the Music Mondays podcast. So, per usual, we do have a 4-hour show limit because, once again, we are one of the only live shows here on Twitch every single Monday. So, again, it makes the show a little bit easier to watch back and a little bit more palatable, right? I mean, you could argue that a 4-hour show is still is still a bit longer, but it's definitely not as long as our older shows that used to run up to like 6-7 hours. So, and of course, like I said, it just makes the show a little bit easier to watch back. So, again, 4-hour show limit, just to keep that in mind. And per usual, submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free. The only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, not only to show us support and spread our message, but you pay respect to everybody else that does wait for their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. So again, free submissions always have been. They always will be free. But like I said, the only thing that we do ask is that you're following us on Twitter before you do submit. Per usual, as well, our patrons are always going to be played first here on the show. So again, if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon on any tier, whether that be the basic, advanced, or the premium tier, you gain access to a bunch of goodies. But one of those goodies is the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which allows you, for the duration that you pledge to the Music Mondays Patreon, to have your submissions played first here on the show every single week. So again, if you subscribe to the Patreon tonight for the next 4 Mondays in a row, or for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon, you're gonna have all your submissions played first here on the show, per usual, at the height of our viewership. And then when people go and watch the show back, they're also viewing your submissions first, right? So kind of an advantage, and of course, it guarantees that your submissions get played here on the show. So outside of that, I think the only other thing that we do got to mention is submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, keep that in mind. Good rule of thumb is that if the show is live, submissions are closed. Again, just so nobody kind of sneaks in and messes up the order and things like that. So we are a free flow kind of show, obviously live, right? So we like to keep things fast and consistent and clean, and actually give everybody a proper amount of time on their submissions. So we do close submissions when the show goes live. So just keep that in mind. And of course, submissions open every single Tuesday for the Music Mondays podcast, but at the end of the day, you still have like 6 days to actually get your submissions in, right? So, again, if you're watching the show here live, submissions open tomorrow on the 14th. If you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are probably already open. So, definitely find the tweet, check the date, and drop your links. And that's about it, my friends. And if you'd like any more information on the Music Mondays podcast, we do have a how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide on our YouTube channel, where I kind of break down the purpose of the Music Mondays podcast and you know, how we came to be, why we take submissions on Twitter, and X, Y, or Z, right? So if you want any more information on that, that is also available as well. So, let's get into it, chat. Outside of that, I think we're good to go. Okay. Let's see. How many patrons do we have here tonight, my friends? Let's take a look here. We got TDG is the first patron tonight. We have the homie Laveries and the homie Jordan. So we have 3 patrons here tonight, and then the rest of the community submissions. I'm down. All right, so we're kicking off the show with the homie TDG. Let's get into it. TDG, a very talented hip hop artist, submitted a track titled "Is It Really Real?" Broad performed and mixed by me. Okay, bet. TDG's been on a roll recently. TDG has definitely been on a roll recently, especially with like how often they've been dropping in 2025. So they started off this year pretty hot, man. Pretty hot. I will say. All right, let's give it a quick pause. 5 hours ago, so super new. Prod performed and mixed by TDG. Piece of me coming to you. I'm down. Let's get into it. TDG, is it really real?
Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? I will hold you close, I will hold my own, I will hold us both when shit is getting real. I don't like my ways, I don't wanna stay. I'm in this space, let me just escape. Do you think it's me? History repeats. I can't end the streak. Always ends with me. I don't like to see myself so weak. Ripping off my face. I don't wanna show. I'm not alone.
Vocal sample's crazy.
Life's so short, so make sure you see the world. Split and dice may hurt, but the change in fate is worth. I search, can't begin the words. Time, started to think, to wake up, must die. Me and them Lord got blood ties. Can't leave, I've done tried. This is it, we will stand. Bigger things, play a hand. It's my life, only the chance. Just to realize this the first glance. Why? That's a good question to die. That's some endless guessing. But I know this isn't heaven. But it lies. It's all part of a message. I don't wanna think about it. I don't wanna think about it. The edge of the world, I'm sitting by it. Time I can't buy it. Timeless, but I'm slowly dying. I'm trying to align my mind with my assignment. But the truth, I can't find it. Something I can take, something I can feel, something
Okay.
in the way. Is it really real? Something I can take, something I can feel, something in the way. Is it really real? I will hold you close, I will hold my own, I will hold us both when shit is getting real. I don't like my ways, I don't wanna stay. I'm in this space, let me just escape. Do you think it's me? History repeats. I can't end the streak. Always ends with me. I don't like to see myself so weak. Ripping off my face. I don't wanna show. I'm not alone. All these voices real.
Interesting. All right. Like I said, TDG's been on a roll in 2025, man. Especially with them taking on the, you know, full blown role of pretty much 100% self produced, right? Mixing, production, vocals, all of it. So, um, man, this is another one to add to the collection, and each track has just gotten more interesting writing wise, for sure. It definitely has. It definitely has. But let's talk about it, man. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, um, let's see here. We're gonna talk about 3 things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, um, instrumental is fantastic. It definitely has like this classic, almost like somewhat boom bap, but not really. Like it's got a more modern flavor to it, but it's definitely on the more like relaxed side for sure. Definitely. Um, so production's great from that point. Mix is awesome. Nothing clashing too overbearing. Drums are light. Vocal samples really well utilized, to be honest with you. Vocal set pretty nice on the instrumental. Everything cut through nicely. Nothing that I can really think of that's like too crazy. Because like I said, Each track with TDG has just gotten increasingly better. You know, they're continuously improving all angles of their craft. So each track is a step in the right direction, so to speak. Um, so instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Um, probably the vocal sample. I like the drums, but the vocal sample is very well utilized because you'll see me talk about that here on the show quite a bit. Where sometimes if you overuse a sample like that, it can become way too repetitive and almost like takes over the song, right? But this one I felt like was used in a really good way, to be honest with you. Very well utilized. So for me, definitely the vocal sample, 100%. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, step in the right direction. TDG's been in the lab, kind of really carving out how they want to sound on certain tracks and things like that. So not too many gripes with the vocal mix here. Like I said, again, step in the right direction. And as an artist, that's like one of the only things that you can really ask yourself. Is to just constantly keep improving. So um, the vocal mix solid for where it's at. Again, it has that TDG flavor as well. Very unique in that aspect. Um, Vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. Mm, Flow and cadence was up there. I think writing was very poetic too. Very like blurry, dreamlike, almost like blending the lines of like reality and dreams. You can make an argument for either one of those, to be honest. Um, for me, probably flow and cadence and delivery. I mean, the hook is really up there too, but flow and cadence and delivery, definitely. So instrumental solid, definitely the sample. Vocal solid, flow and cadence and delivery. Sock theme. So aesthetics. TDG's been going with the hand drawn covers lately, which I always think, again, like I spoke about last week, very intimate, very like very personal. You know what I mean? And it catches the eye. So it's always one of those ones that is always a safe choice for sure. So aesthetics definitely on point. Um, Overall theme, is it really real? This is one again. It felt very dreamlike and somewhat poetic as well. Um, and when you're going through life, TDG kind of touches on blurring the lines and what's real and what's not and what matters and what doesn't matter. So it's a very like deep kind of track, but also you could kind of look at it from a surface level too and kind of appreciate the writing and lyricism here as well. So it's a good mix of like a powerful meaning, but it's also one of the ones that kind of shows off TDG's true skill. So well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to TDG. Thank you so much for the submission. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They're 4 followers away from 1K. Of course, go follow TDG on Twitter as well, per usual. They're 5 followers away from 160. So go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show the channel these artists some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking go. So that was our first Patreon tonight. Huge shout out to TDG. Much love, my friend. Let's go. Fucking get it, chat. All right. We have our next 2 patrons back to back here. And up next, we have the homie Lavaris, another talented, very talented actually, hip hop artist coming hot off the press with Recession Rap and following up with a bunch of promos. And they're back with another episode of Ear Candy with Dedicated. This is going to be sick. This is going to be sick. So, again, one of my favorite content pieces that we get to watch here on the Music Mondays podcast. Again, because we've reacted to a ton of Lavaris' music. And now they're kind of diving into the extra promotional side of things and really showing us some behind the scenes sauce here. So I'm excited. Always fun. All right, let's give it a quick pause. Go 720. Full volume. Still have to edit some of the subtitles, but oh well. 7 episodes weekly. Episode 2 next Monday. Okay. We love that. So we get a little unlisted link. So definitely the premiere of Ear Candy episode 1. Let's go. We got Ghost in the chat. What's good, Ghost? I hope you're well. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, I agree. Laverius is very sick. Music Money's veteran for sure, and an artist that has like leagues of potential. Leagues, definitely, definitely. I'm good. Thanks. Love to hear that. Let's get it, baby. All right, let's get into it. Air Candy season 2, episode 1. Let's go.
Yeah, star play that dance song again. Bad bitches love my bad songs on these star right now. When I drop this album, it's gonna be some record sales. I quit my job and buy a crib by myself. I'll drop some new shit that's better than my old shit. I fuck some new hoe that's better than my old bitch. And I'm peeking too. I think the walls are starting to bend. Gotta keep my foot on next, cause for this dream I'm dedicated.
This is season 2, episode 1 of Ear Candy. Today we're recording Dedicated, the intro track off of Recession Rap. Just dropped the music video. Yeah. We're just gonna hop right into it.
Yeah.
I recorded everything else. This is the last song I need to record for the album. After this, the album is done. After I record ad-libs, that most of them aren't going to be used, I feel. But anyway, hop straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
When I drop this album, it's gonna be some record sales. I quit my job and buy a crib by myself. Hey, I take your bitch too if she wanna join the party. I got these hoes fucked up off Bacardi. I don't drink too much, I'm about to hit this bong again. I need a honey bitch to ride me while I ride ahead. Few albums until they on number ones. I gotta get this shit done for me. When I drop this album, it's gonna be some record sales. I drop some new shit that's better than my old shit. I'll fuck some new hoe that's better than my old bitch. Bad bitches love my bad songs. I need to start writing them. Sad bitches love my sad songs. I'm so sad for them. Bad bitches.
That line is sick. I always thought that line was sick. Water Boys.
I take a bitch to it, she wanna join the party. I got these hoes fucked up off Bacardi. I don't drink too much, I'm about to hit this bong again. She took a shot and said that I should play that song again. Yeah.
No way.
He's like, inside, they on number ones. I gotta get this shit done for me. And don't work for a little company. Them little checks ain't nothing to me. They gon' bite this shit for sure. That's all. I know they ain't fucking with me. My bitch know I'm too paid, so she gotta pick what we going to eat. She thinks she run shit cause I do everything that she tell me. When I'm filthy rich, she my filthy bitch. I really hope she ready. Few apps inside, they on number ones. I gotta get this shit done for me. Few albums until they on number ones. I gotta get this shit done for me. I'm done working for your little company. I eat that bitch for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If she let me, I ain't know much though. She know this dick gonna be in her belly.
I'm gonna take a lunch break and I'll be back.
2 hours later.
Yes. See, like, this is why these are so fun.
Yeah, this album going hit.
Hope you're down for the ride, baby. Don't be scared. We can do it on the jet. I can take you there to your peak, higher than you ever been. And I'm peaking too. I think the walls are starting to blend. Bad bitch said she wanna see me later. So I took her home and laid her on the table. And she took it. Yeah, she took my soul. When I'm with her, swear I'm scared to be alone. I saw her sing good. Bad bitch said she wanna see me later, so I took her home and laid her on the table, I ain't even had to tell her she got naked, next thing she telling me,
Fuck.
Bad bitch said she wanna see me later, with a swan scared to be alone, Our souls tangled together like some headphones. If she freaky and she need me, then she mine for sure. The day good, yeah, I might as well just fucking smoke up and spark a light under that bomb because I'm trying to blow up. Uh, and when I blow up, it's a done deal. If she want my mom, gon' get that house up in the hills. I'ma stack all my bread up and just keep it real. I ain't made no 100 mil yet, so I can't chill, no, not yet. Made it. I don't ever wanna work no job again. I wanna make music for payment. And that bitch said that she for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I blow up, it's a done deal. I'ma keep my foot on this, cause for this dream I'm dedicated. I don't even wanna be that famous. I just wanna say that I made it. I don't ever wanna work no job again. I wanna make music for payment. And that bitch said that she for me, but I ain't never even seen her naked. If you lying on my name, then I should make you pay me, bitch. And I knew the fame would change things, so I only asked to be rich. And when I'm rich enough, I promise you that's what I'm doing. And when she fed up with me, I'ma go to the studio and make my music. And when she over it, she hit my phone like, what you doing? So I pursue it, she let me screw her. I'm so into her.
Bam. Yeah.
If you lying on my name, then I should make you pay me, bitch. And I knew the fame would change things, so I only asked to be rich. So I pursue it, she let me screw her. I'm so into her.
The work you don't see, my friends.
This shit is not hitting, and we gotta fix that.
I feel like that sometimes.
I'm over here fucking with the volumes and shit, thinking this shit gonna sound like ass, but it ain't that bad. Fuck a little beef, I'm finna dry, you finna hear this. And fucking with me, aim at the top, I was a good kid. I gotta get rich, I know this album gonna do it. I gotta get rich, I know this album, ayy. So that's it. That's episode 1 of season 2 of Ear Candy. Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Hey. Shut it be down. This year I'm tired of working at 9 to 5. Bitch, I need this shit done this year. I'm trying to make like 30,000 a year so I can quit my job, man. Fuck this shit. I need a fucking house with a lawn. Hey, yo, I need a house with a lawn, and I'm recording in the fucking attic or the fucking no shit. I'm probably recording outside cause this shit so fucking far from everybody. Bitch, don't know short bar. Hey, yo, that's the type of shit I'm trying to be with.
Okay. Okay. So while we were watching this, something that came to mind to me was this reminds me so much of how a few artists that I've seen do their extra content, right? And it kind of reminds me of like one takes or like the ones that like strip down their song and just do like acoustic versions. See, but with hip hop, obviously it's a little bit harder to do that. So this is like the alternative of like going in and actually like vlogging yourself during the recording process and showing the behind the scenes shit. You know what I mean? Like that's really what I like about this is the Verys really found their own niche here with doing this, you know, because not a lot of artists are doing this, period, but not a lot of hip hop artists are doing this either. You know what I mean? And it's not like Leverys is like, it's not very much like tutorial ish. It's more vlog style, which I think people enjoy a lot. You know what I mean? Especially fans of Leverys and supporters and people that just want to see behind the scenes shit. I mean, it's also inspiring too, right? Because then other people are going to get inspired and maybe they're going to, you know, start doing vlog style content, right? I think shit like this is again, it's a good way to get some longevity out of your releases, but also at the same time, it makes it a little bit more intimate as well. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's not really on the tutorial end of things. It's more of like a vlog, like behind the scenes, which again I think is fantastic. You know, so super well done. I'm ready for season 2. I'm down. Great concept, and I've been a huge fan of it since the first time Leverys has ever done it. So huge shout out to Leverys, man. With that said, huge shout out again to Leverys. Much love. Thank you for your submission, my friend. Make sure you go sub to their channel. They are 4 subs away from 540, so go show them some love over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Leverys on Twitter. They're 9 followers away from 120, so make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show the channel. These are some of the baby. Let's get it. We got a lot coming this year. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. You guys are a very underrated duo for sure. Laveri's really like just knocked it out of the park with Ear Candy. Just a really, really cool concept that doesn't take too much muscle, you know? So, well done. Okay. Let's see. Our last patron of the night, and of course, most certainly not least, the homie Jordan. Now, Jordan, a multi-genre talented artist, has submitted a track titled Imposter Syndrome. Just keep going. Well. Shit, I'm down. Now, this is another artist who is kicking off 2025 really, really fucking hot. Like, really, really hot. Even, like, the end of 2024, Jordan had a really, like, solid end as well, you know? So they're taking their motion right back into the new year. So I'm down. I'm definitely down. Oh, sweet. So, wait. So we have a little bit of a title change here, because it didn't update on the link here. Okay. So actually, the proper title, starting now, just keep going. 2 songs that were created as one thought, formerly known as Imposter Syndrome Demo. There it is. Now they're the opening, closing of a new project, True Story, January 15th, 2025. So that drops in actually 2 days. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. But I'm down. Let's get into it. Jordan, starting now. Just keep going.
I'm starting to feel like I kinda get it now. So call me crazy, call me when you see this, calm me down. I've been looking for what goes around to come around. I've been looking for what's going down, what's up right now. Find me somewhere I don't need to be, I've been away. I'm starting to feel like I kinda get it now. Follow my heart, I can't ever go another way. I'm starting to feel like I kinda get it now. I love to play it back, I'm thinking still of better days. I'm starting to feel like I kinda get it now. I left the doubts I had behind, I'm feeling proud today. I'm starting to feel like I kinda get it now. I've been really in a distant, different mental space. I get really freaky visions from behind my face. I let everything move past me, this is not a race. You get worried if I'm happy, so I hide my face. I've been trying not to act out, there's a time and place. I'm just dying to go back, now there's a feeling that I chase. I'm still flying, can look back like I'm stealing out that place. I'm still lying and it's bad, cause it's really not a phase. And I'm starting to feel like I kinda get it now. Don't call me crazy, call me when you see this, calm me down. I've been looking for what goes around to come around. I've been looking for what's going down, what's up right now.
No shot. Fantastic drop. I could see intro vibes to a project for sure. Easily.
No, hang up.
Game's up. Start running.
Great transition.
All I ask is for your patience now. I'm turning episodes into seasons, into years. Sometimes it takes a while. Now I ask you what should make you smile. Are you happy? The first question I thought to put in ink, I was breaking down. Remembering that there's an end just to feel safe and sound. All
Wow.
All I ask is for your patience now. I'm
Hmm.
turning episodes into seasons, into years. Sometimes it takes a while. Now I ask you what should make you smile. Are you happy? The first question I thought to put in ink, I was breaking down. Remembering that there's an end just to feel safe and sound. All I ask is for your patience now. 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 I'm turning episodes into seasons, into years. Sometimes it takes a while.
That was a heavy one. That was a heavy one for sure. I think instrumentally, that was one of the most phenomenal, well put together instrumentals that we've heard from Jordan. Just the ambience and the peacefulness of it, and still very dreamlike as well. Like even the beginning still kind of reminded me of like early Surrender Dorothy, just real soft like chill rock, like real soft. And I think Jordan just really mastered this kind of style for themselves. Like they really go above and beyond for shit like this, and it's really nuts. It's really fucking nuts. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. Talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So hmm. Let's talk instrumental. So obviously a two-parter, but Jordan, had no trouble um coming up with a nice transition, right? So technically it could work well as like one whole instrumental, but you could see where the transition happened, and I think they did a good job with that as well. But as far as the mix goes, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. I love the sound selection here. Um, yeah, I have no gripes if I'm being completely honest with you. Jordan's been on a real roll with a lot of their submissions lately, and a lot of their drops, but their mix has been on point for quite some time. So not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out for anybody new here. So instrumental mix fantastic. Instrumental shining star. Um, I mean, a lot of the sound selection here was fantastic, but I think the first thing that comes to mind naturally is probably the structure, especially where the drums come in the first half of the instrumental, and then the transition, and then the outro. Like it feels like a very well structured out instrumental. So we're gonna go structure for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Great. There's a couple of different mixes in here that Jordan kind of played around with. So I feel like they didn't really hold back in trying to like make it consistent, right? Because obviously in the description, kind of two separate projects made as one, but the mixes that are in here, they do work really well together. So vocal mix is very solid throughout the whole thing, to be honest with you. Nothing too clashy. Vocals sit nice in the instrumental, drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I would like ultimately change here, to be honest with you. Um, the vocal mix is great, and again, it really plays into that ambient dreamlike factor. Vocal shining star. Mm, I almost want to go structure again, but you know, the other thing here too is the flow and cadence and delivery, especially in the first half. Flow and cadence and delivery is really up there. Um, Again, it gives it that Jordan flavor mixed with like the ambient energy of the instrumental. So it's like, probably flow and cadence and delivery. To be honest with you, the way it was delivered was great. So instrumental solid, definitely the structure. Vocal solid, definitely the flow, cadence, and delivery. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. So we have another banging piece by the homie Michael. And even if it's just for the single art, or this actually will be the whole project art, absolutely fucking insane. Like the colors on this one are really nuts. Michael goes super hard with all their pieces, but this one is definitely very eye catching, especially with like the way it's edited up top. It's almost got like a color palette up there, and it just looks fucking insane. Like it really looks insane. So this is one of the more like eye catching pieces, I would say. But definitely hits the nail on the head as far as the make more creative junk aesthetic for sure, and the Jordan aesthetic at that. So aesthetics very much on point. Overall theme here. I mean, you know, this is a heavy one. Again, like this is one of those ones where I felt like this came from the heart from Jordan, but over like a period of time, right? So pretty much here, two songs that were created as one thought, formerly known as Imposter Syndrome Demo. And, for those of you that have ever dealt with imposter syndrome or trying to keep going or, dealing with life bullshit, man, this is one where I felt like this one came from the heart for sure. Like, imposter syndrome is no joke, especially being a creative. I find that creatives often deal with that a lot because we're pushed so hard these days, right? And rightfully so. It's a very competitive environment. But sometimes you can lose sight of like what you've actually accomplished and like, what you've actually done and even just imposter syndrome outside of art as well. You know what I mean? Just life accomplishments sometimes you forget because everything moves so fast. You know what I mean? So very heavy topic here, but again, Jordan speaks from the heart, man, and this is another one where it's like probably felt good to actually like write these down and like actually get this one done. But ultimately, I do see the vision of like an intro, outro, and then just splitting it back up. And I think Jordan kind of hit the nail on the head as far as like picking that out for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud. They're 9 followers away from 90. And of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter. They are 1 follower away from 400. Go get him to 400, man. Go get him to 400 right now. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments. A whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel, man. So make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Okay. So that takes care of all of our patrons for tonight. So we're going to start from top to bottom per usual with the rest of the community. But I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back, chat. Sometimes I can do the whole show without water, and then sometimes I'm just fucking yapping, and my mouth is getting fucking dry as shit. I'm like, oh my god. But, alright, let's get into it. And, again, huge shout out to all of our patrons tonight. Huge shout out to TDG, Laveries, and Jordan, and the rest of our crew over there on Patreon. The homie Dry My Eyes, Ryuki, King Mark, and Kruger. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So, community submissions. Let's get back into it, my friends. Top to bottom. First up tonight, we got the homie Sam's Raps. Now, Sam's Raps, again, a very, very talented hip-hop artist, submitted Winter Break Rough Mix, a recent demo. Now, this is another artist who's been killing it as far as their recent submission has gone. So, man, when it comes to Sam's Raps, it's always a very exciting submission because you never know. So I'm down. Let's get into it. Sam's Raps, Winter Break. Let's go.
So we getting baked.
Real.
Hit the J ash falling like a snowflake. Yeah. I reminisce on stomping snow with the boots. How we kicked the little rocks all the way to the school. Tim's tied tight, right hand on the booze, a screw loose in the head, tightened up around noon. I said the sun moves quicker in December. Remember, I can move around the country towards sunnier weather, but you lose still silent snow falling together. How it deadens every sound I wanna call for attention. Let it breathe for a second, step back to the session, chest strapped to the sledding. Never mentioned any penance for the past of transgressions. It's a lifelong quest to use the pen as a weapon. I'ma make them regret it, instead connect with the message. Guess the best, don't sweat it, reassess the intentions. If they press, show them love like they bested in tennis. If they obsessed, then they get it, no further questions.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Way to break too cold so we getting baked.
That's tough.
hit the J ash falling like a snowflake.
What a hook too.
This
Fuck.
winter break too cold, so we can't bake.
Wow.
I hit the J ash falling like a.
Okay. So this one is like insane as far as like recent Sam's Raps submissions go, but I think they really nailed it picking this instrumental because it does feel like a winter beat. It really does feel like a winter beat. If you've, lived anywhere where, winters are brutal, right? East Coast or maybe just anywhere in the world really. If you felt a winter in any capacity, you're going to know what I'm talking about there. But man, this one was filled with just like it was cold. Like it felt cold, like the writing was cold, the delivery was cold. It felt like very serious, and I feel like Sam's Raps has that effect on me as a listener, right? Like for some reason, like I take them very seriously, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, like what Sam's got for us, you know what I mean? So all right, so let's break it down, let's talk about it, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. Actually, we're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So let's talk instrumental mix. Fantastic, to be honest with you. A very chill, obviously minimal instrumental, but definitely gets the job done as far as what Sam's was really going for here. I do feel like the instrumental provided a very like cold flavor for sure. So instrumental mix, very much on point. Again, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Vocals sit really nice. Drums are fantastic. Yeah, no gripes. Thinking back on it, nothing that I would like ultimately change. Obviously, a rough mix, right? So, it'll get to a point where Sam's actually, takes it to the next level. But for where it's at right now, I still think it's solid. So, it has that grime to it, So instrumental mix solid, definitely. Instrumental shining star. Probably the melody. Melody is giving that big winter vibe for me, for sure. So definitely the melody. Drums are a great support. Keep up the rhythm. Sound selection is good on the drums, but melody goes crazier for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Again, this is a mix that kind of accompanies the, again, flavor and the feeling of this song, right? Very, very down, dirty kind of mix, but not dirty in quality, it's just very grimy. And I think that's what a instrumental like this needed, especially for like a wintry kind of track, But it's definitely not outside of Sam's regular mix though. It's very much Sam's Raps as far as sound goes. But instrumental mix or vocal mix, fantastic. Again, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Drums cut through nicely. Vocals sat nice. They're nice in front and center too. For a track like this that has a more simple style of instrumental, you want your vocals to just be like right front and center. And this is definitely one that achieves that for sure. Vocal shining star. Two things kind of come to mind here. Definitely the writing. But the flow and cadence and delivery is, again, it gives that cold winter kind of feel, it's very serious. But the writing is, whew. Oh, and the hook too. I almost forgot about the hook. Yeah, the hook is like from just like a pure like listener perspective, that's what I'd probably go back to this song for. It would be the hook, just because it's catchy, but it's also like a great like a winter track to put on in the crib, for sure. So, I'm gonna go with the hook, to be honest with you. I really like the writing and the flow and cadence and delivery, but the hook put a nice little bow on this whole track, So definitely the hook for sure. Instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Talk theme, aesthetics. I mean, how could you be mad at a temporary cat picture? You know what I mean? Like, what a great temporary cover for sure, especially for like a winter vibe. Oh my god. Just that sky alone screams winter, bro. It's gray and it's fucking freezing. Holy shit. So even for a temporary cover, aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, winter break, quite literally. Mixing a little bit of nostalgia, but mixing like present day, you know what I mean? And then Sam's Raps got the opportunity to really showcase their skills, right? So I feel like they kind of nailed the theme here for sure. Like 10 out of 10 for me. So, well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Sam's Raps. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow Sam's Raps on Twitter and SoundCloud. They're approaching 1.1K on the Bird app, so make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. Even if you're just viewing the videos, dropping like, dropping comments, anything like that, we appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking go. All right, so let's see here. All right, we left off with the homie Sam's Raps, insane submission. Up next we got the homie Fonzie. Now Fonzie's been coming in with some fucking heat, man. They've been submitting to the show over the last like month or so, and they've just been like really going through their catalog. So it's been a pleasure to like dive into Fonzie, you know. But Fonzie being a very, very talented hip hop artist, again submitted a track titled "New Me." We got a YouTube link here. I'm down. I'm down for the cause. All right, let's go 720. Go full volume. All right, you know the drill. Let's get into it. Fonzie, New Me, featuring Max Oles. Let's go.
The look she gave, man, had my heart beating. Somebody tell me if I'm cheesing. She never come across my type at first. She told me I was creeping. But you're beautiful, does the personality match? That's unusual, cause you lot be acting too soft. I ain't losing my soul, I tell her, yeah, I'll move rough. Time is money and I really got some shit to do, love. Cute, but I know a few, so that can't fool me. Oh, yeah, I got played, but not again. Yeah, that shit schooled me. Oh, for the time I've grown, allow me to introduce the new me. People come and go, even once it's close, it's type of truth. All I want is something true. Do I make a move? What will it be? I could set the pace, but this ain't a race. I need some space before I make it big. Cause this ain't a game, my head ain't straight, but I'll make it great. Just wait and see. If you worth a fall, just give me a call. We'll be rising tall, elevating B. I want a soul on the higher vibration. I know this life can be quite draining. I know say my thoughts may seem quite crazy, 100 miles per hour when my brain is speeding. But I have to slow it down when I'm speaking, otherwise I'd be talking gibberish. But I've seen how he treats you, I know that you're sick of it. Life with me could be sweeter than licorice. You should be treated good, no harm to look. Always my concern, or you getting mad. No, don't get hooked. No, I'm just working.
Completely agree. Completely.
I don't get drunk. Keep it simple and plain. Take a trip away. Let's have some fun. Hey, yeah. And I know you should be treated good. No harm to look. No harm be. Always more time sad, or you getting mad. No, don't get hooked. No. I'm just working on. I'm just serving bars. I don't get drunk. Keep it simple and plain, take a trip away, let's have some fun, ayy, yeah. You might be cute, but I know a few, so that can't fool me, oh. Yeah, I got played, but not again, yeah, that shit schooled me, oh. For the time I've grown, allow me to introduce the new me. People come and go, even ones that's close. It's sad but true. Yeah, you might be cute, but I know a few, so that can't fool me. Oh, yeah, I got played, but not again. Yeah, that shit schooled me. Oh, for the time I've grown, allow me to introduce the new me. People come and go, even ones that's close. It's sad but true.
Uh-huh. Let's go, man. Let's fucking go. We got Onwuka to chat. What's good, homie? I hope you're well. Welcome on and happy Monday. Let's get it, baby. But, yeah, I agree. Very, very clean production. Very clean. Nice long outro, too. Like, shit. See, this was solid. This was very, very, very solid. Okay. So, what a fun track. Like, it's just a feel-good kind of track, and I think it's the combination of the instrumental and then the flow and the cadence, right? But well done. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So, we're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of New Me. So, instrumental. I mean, you know, much like Onwuka said in the chat, the production is fantastic on this. I just like the choice of instrumental off rip, but the mix is great. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing I thought was like out of place. I mean, even the sound selection is like spot on. Nothing that I would ultimately change on this at all. I'm big on this instrumental for sure, especially for Fonzie. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. That melody, I don't know. That fucking melody is very catchy. It's very rememberable. But the drums are up there too. Probably the melody, just because like it's one of those songs that like if this came on your playlist, like, you know, you'd hear like the first note of the melody and you'd be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It's like one of those instantly recognizable ones for sure. So, definitely the melody, definitely. So instrumental solid. Vocals, vocal mix. Again, Fonzie, you know, we've gotten a decent sample size of their music, you know, throughout us listening to their submissions on the show here. And they definitely have a very consistent vocal mix across all instrumentals. You know what I mean? Fonzie has a very particular sound, and I've noticed that it's been consistent throughout all of their submissions. You know what I mean? So, again, nothing clashing, too overbearing, nothing that I would like ultimately change on this one at all. Vocals sit nice per usual. Yeah, man, crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Fonzie has a solid mix and a solid hold on their mix as well, for sure. So, vocal mix solid, vocal shining star, definitely the flow, cadence, and delivery. You could tell that Fonzie was feeling themselves on this day of recording, for sure. So, definitely flow, cadence, and delivery. Writing's a close second, but the flow here is just so fun. Super fun. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. You know, a very simple but eye-catching kind of cover, right? Logos in the top right and top left, and then New Me in the middle with Fonzie up top, and then the yin yang symbol right below New Me. I mean, super solid, straight to the point. It's perfect for a single, you know what I mean? Simple but eye-catching enough as to where you're like, okay, that's sick, you know? So, aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, I mean, New Me is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you know, sometimes life will put you through some bullshit, right? And, you you know, sometimes you have to like mature and change and evolve, you know, and Fonzie's definitely describing that pretty accurately for sure, especially when it comes down to relationships and, you know, friendships and just life in general, right? You know, you're always reinventing yourself as a human. You should always want to do better and get better, right? So, um, definitely leaning towards that in this theme, but also Fonzie definitely wrote their ass off for this one too. So, well done, my friend. Well done. So with that said, a huge shout out to Fonzie. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Fonzie's channel on YouTube. They're 4 subs away from 160. And of course, make sure you go follow Fonzie on Twitter. They are 1 follower away from 900. So go give them 900, man. What the fuck? 1 follower? Come on out. Fucking get it. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty, my friends. Well, let's continue on. Crazy night of submissions so far, I can't lie. Like, really crazy night, but about to get even crazier because up next we have the homie Onwuka. And now, Onwuka being a very talented hip-hop artist, submitted a track titled Pie. What up, man? Let's do another Xavier Onwuka joint, Pie, all about getting to know someone beyond surface value and learn the true flavor they have. Cool, smooth, romantic joint, all sauced stuff by Xavier on production. Shit. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Alright, this is gonna be crazy. So this is like the 3rd or like 4th track we've heard off of their duo project, Sleazy. So I'm down. Let's get into it. Onwuka, Xavier, Pie. Let's get it. I'm down. Love the ambient intro too.
What's poppin', baby?
Oh shit.
I was wondering if you'd be down to let me scoop some pie. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me break it down real quick for you. Now check it out. Yeah, you wanna cruise and a ride? Check it out, the whole cruise inside. We can pick up some booze and I wanna see you wetter than a moving tide. Rock steady on a groove and stride. Posted up just like a groom and a bride. Don't care if it's more dead than where a two lies. I think we should go ahead, hop on your broom and fly. I know you're a witch, I can sense your magic. Like the tone that you pitch, feel your energy flash quick. Talking to Barry Allen, flash quick. I can tell of the spell that you unveiled by yourself. Solo act fit, you can leave a man hanging, straight dangling like a noose that is tied. I'll build him up to where a skyscraper touch. Yes, you give him a big boost in the skies. That's why I wanna know what you're doing tonight. Don't let snakes be in your head like they Medusa your life. Instead, let a player taste the flavor that's within you, that's true, resides in your view. For the front and the back looks so good that I can't even choose a side. But it's time to feast on both. But you know I gotta save a room for pie. Usually I'm grinding and spitting the booth live, but today I was just thinking of you and I. Like Rick, so smooth even when I spit some of my gruesome lines. There is no need to scrutinize. I know I am this random on a Wooka guy. Did I induce survive it? Just saying we should eat, so may I scoop some pie? Yo, may I scoop some pie? Time to eat, let me induce a vibe. After I get done with those juicy thighs, I just wanna slice, so may I scoop some pie? Yo, may I scoop some pie? Time to eat, let me induce a vibe. After I get done with those juicy thighs, I just wanna slice, so may I scoop some pie? Slice of your life, baby. Some of that sweet potato, some of that lemon meringue, you know what I'm saying? Onwuka and Xavier, yo.
Nuts. Holy shit. the ambient intros or and outros is like a really creative play. Like this is why the small things, with production are important. You know what I mean? Sticking that sample on the intro and outro of the track is solid. Um, but Onwuka said in the chat actually, honestly, one of my first tracks in a way from like 2020 originally. And what's fucking crazy about that though? What's crazy about that is you could have told me that this was like recorded like last month, and the quality is still there. You know what I mean? Like you could take a lot of people's ideas from like 2020 and like they've evolved so much, but Onwuka has truly been really good for a really long time. And it's fucking crazy to think about. It's really crazy to think about. Uh, Survival is the same way. Sin is exactly that same way. Just been killing it for so long. But Beat So Romantic, yeah, right. It definitely is like a very fancy restaurant like kind of instrumental for sure. Yeah, of course, definitely. Still the same flavor. 100% it is. 100%. Absolutely agree. Um, what a creative track too, by the way, because like just by the title of Pie, you wouldn't really assume that it's like a romantic song, But here we have Onwuka relating romance to food and pie, and then having the chance to do all these play on words. It was very creative, very creative. But um, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, we're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of this track. Um, Instrumental mix is so good. Like so fucking good. I do agree that this is like the perfect instrumental for this kind of track, definitely, but I noticed how well the production was mixed when the bass comes in. That was impressive. That was impressive. Because like to get everything to sound this crisp on a track like this, especially even if it is like an older track, can be difficult sometimes. You know what I mean? It definitely can be. So, um, instrumental mix fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. I love this the sound selections, and like I said at the start, the smaller things at the beginning really matter, right? So when it comes down to you know the small sample during the intro and outro, like stuff like that really goes a long way, and it doesn't take long at all. It's really about the simple things that can help an artist really tell their story for sure. So again, instrumental mix fantastic, nothing clashing to overbearing. Vocals sit extremely nice on this for sure. Um, Instrumental shining star, probably the drums. Like I said, I mean, when the bass came in, I was like, holy shit, and then the drums just keep up the rhythm, and I mean, the melody is definitely the essence of this fancy romantic like instrumental, but I do feel like the drums keep up the pace really well. So definitely the drums. Um, Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Again, much like a couple of artists we've mentioned tonight, Onwuka is another one of those that has a very consistent vocal mix across all genres, all tracks that they've done. It doesn't even really matter, their vocals are very, very consistent. So again, not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out here for anybody new, right? So vocal mix again from Onwuka, fantastic, fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Drums cut through nicely. The bass is like right under the vocals, so sounds great. They're not like competing with each other, right? So, vocal mix on point, very much on point. Vocal shining star. Uh, hmm. Probably have to go writing here, to be honest with you. I mean, flow and cadence and delivery, you could definitely make an argument for, but I feel like the writing was just so creative on this. It's hard to not say writing. So definitely writing. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. I've spoke about the sleazy cover quite a few times. But again, I think the other point I always want to make when we're talking about this piece is it not only feels like an album worthy cover, but the fact that it's like hand drawn and has this like oil painting kind of feel to it is always gonna put this over like any like regular picture. You know what I mean? So the fact that it is like this aesthetically is great. So especially for a project called Sleazy, I feel like this was great. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, I mean, relatively obvious theme, right? I think Onwuka like explained it really well here. All about getting to know someone beyond surface value and then learn their true flavor they have, right? So the pie analogy, and especially towards the end, I feel like Onwuka did a really good job fitting in as as many lines in there as they could that weren't over the top, you know? Like, that's the thing with Onwuka. Like, I feel like they hit a nice middle ground every time they pick a theme, you know, as to where some bars are fun, some bars are serious, some bars are just straight up clever, you know, but it's never like too much, you know. I feel like their writing is very precise, very precise. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Xavier and Onwuka. Make sure you go follow Xavier on SoundCloud. They are 8 followers away from 30. And of course, make sure you go follow Onwuka on Twitter. They are 6 followers away from 730. So make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. And again, we upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's go. Move to the precise writing, one of my main goals. Yeah, I noticed that, man. I noticed that, especially over the last, like, couple of months, you know, because we were able to, like, run through a lot of your visuals and, you know, some of your catalog, and every time it's, like, a outlandish subject, I always found that you didn't go too far, and, like, I don't know, it just makes the song, it just makes the song's quality, like, all, something about it is like, specific, you know. It's not too over the top, you know, because sometimes you can get trolly with like certain topics, and then people kind of like, I don't know, like it heads into a different direction. But when Onwuka does it, I definitely feel like it hits a nice middle ground no matter the topic, you know. So well done, my friend. Let's fucking go. Okay, all right, chat. Let's see here. Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. It's trippy and fun, but still, yes, still G and balance, exactly. Like, it's not exactly, like, over the top, you know, so definitely a good middle ground. I agree. I agree for sure. Okay, so you guys know the drill, man. We're about halfway through the show, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we're going to go right back into the rest of our community submissions. So, I'm going to need everybody to get up, go get a drink, go walk the dog, go take a smoke break, maybe go get a snack. And like I said, when we return, we'll be diving right back into the rest of our community submissions. So don't go anywhere. Music Mondays episode 208. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays podcast, episode 208. I hope you're well, hope you're chilling, and we're back. Had a good break, but let's get back into the rest of our community submission. All right. Let's see here. We left off with the homie on Wuka. Up next is, well, would be the homie TDG, but we've already reacted to TDG earlier in the show because they are Music Mondays Patrons. Make sure you go show TDG some love and check out the beginning of the show. Following that is homie Offspring Mysterious. Now, Offspring, a multi-talented creator, producer, designer, writer, editor, all the above, has submitted a new edit titled Echoing Heartbreak. No caption this week, I'm down. Get into it. Alright. Let's see. Okay. I'm down. 2 days ago, brand new Offspring Mysterious Echoing Heartbreaks. Let's go. Power time. What an interesting shot. Okay. Okay. So the journey continues for the Walking Onslaught's crew, eh? Interesting. So, last week's upload was a bit more of the, seeing things and kind of, looking over your shoulder and having like a double look. And this one, they finally connected. Wow. Okay. So this one, fantastic description. Got all the links per usual. This one's interesting because this one I felt like furthered the story more than the usual. Right. I definitely feel like this is a good follow up to last week's upload for sure. But I think the shining star here is probably the ending shot. I do like the concept again. I think Offspring has been cooking with their recent concepts, but the ending shot clears here for me. I like this one a lot. I feel like this one was like a like a nice touch. You know what I mean? It really was a nice touch. So this is definitely the shining star, but this one definitely progressed the story a bit more in Walking Onslaught. So definitely excited to see what Offspring comes up with next, man. Let's fucking go. I love that. Let's get it, baby. With that said, huge shout out to Offspring of Sirius. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Make sure you go sub to their channel. They are 4 subs away from 230, so make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And make sure you go follow Offspring of Sirius on Twitter as well. They're 5 followers away from 830. Make sure you go show them some love in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here Mondays, my friends. Fucking go. Alrighty, chat. Let's continue on. All right. So we left off with the homie Offspring of Sirius. Up next is the homie Evans Christ. In case I missed last week's review, you indeed did. They submitted about like an hour or two late after submission closed. So this week we actually get a chance to go back to the homie Evans. So I'm down. This is the one that we missed last week. So Evans Christ, a very talented hip hop artist, submitted a track titled Showtime. We got a DistroKid link here. So it'll be our pick. All right, let's go Spotify. All right. Well, let's see here. Brand spanking new, December 27th, 2024. So, quite literally only like 3 weeks old. Been a while since we heard from Evans, though. It's definitely been a while, so I'm down. Let's get into it. Evans Christ, Showtime, let's go.
It's showtime.
Just stepped into another universe. In my mind, I'm a god, but no, I'm human first. These simple minds could never comprehend this view of Earth, but I could out-rap you just as fast as I could loot a purse. The truth, it hurts. Every day a slew of perks. Y'all complain all the time, but never do it works. This music shit is magic. Feel like I removed a curse. I came clean with myself and made it through the dirt. And now I'm making up lost time. Y'all can die quick. Ain't talking funny when I say you get your side split. I could put a lame in the grave on some fly shit. Y'all could start clearing the lane of sucking my dick. So put your hands up in the sky, yo, this a robbery. Run me all of your jewels and do it properly. I ran in circles where your pockets are commodity. I cased the next place, yo, I think I hit the lottery. I came home and all the homies split the property. I never got caught in my life, now that's an oddity. I heard y'all talking that shit about astrology. So all those goofy rappers that's out need a lobotomy. My whole knowledge filled with science and philosophy. It's theoretics, what I do impossibly. Decipher light from the stars, they call spectroscopy. And everything I try to do in honesty. Listen, I beat a vulture with my bare hands. Put me in the cage with MG and we can square dance. So when I'm done, won't be none left but a pair of Vans. Dump his body off to ride and hide in arid lands. I'm a rare man. I got the hunger in my veins built inside my DNA. That's a rare strand. I try to like these little dudes, but really they're bland. Cause when I speak, the back of your neck is where your hair stands. But it's game time and the clock is ticking.
That was cold.
This little actor y'all put on is wholly not convincing. Went several years of my life without a pot to piss in. So I don't listen, this my mission, fucking opposition. I'm on point like a razor blade, it's major gains. An intellectual powerhouse, y'all laser brains. Don't even see that you lame, too busy chasing fame. That cheap gimmicky shit, these rappers Asian made. On my Alonzo shit, bitch this is training day. Don't even put in the work like it was pay to play. I got a thirst for the game, so bring the Gatorade. I pour my heart, spill in the streets like it was Ace of Spades. I learned this lesson late, but now the time is now. My insecurities and doubts could never tie me down. I had to pick my head up on my own or I would drown. Now watch me turn this stack of cash into a giant mound. The world is mine and can't nobody stop me. I need perfection, ain't no room for ever getting sloppy. These doors are open myself and y'all can't never knock me. I do it all for the cream, cash, the cheddar, broccoli. Fuck a third eye, I'm omnipresent. And every time I speak on the mic, it's like a godly blessing. Can't tell your actors apart like it's a flock of pheasants. And in your past lives, I can tell that y'all was probably peasants. Just some followers. Put your favorite rapper in the room
Holy
next
shit.
to you, and y'all would soon turn to swallowers. Diagnose these dudes as whack without a follow-up. Shitting on rappers till I die. This ain't no cholera.
Damn. Our writing throughout the whole track was insane. Well done. Wow. Showtime was definitely like a perfect title and aesthetic for this. I feel like Evans really meant business on this song, 100%. So let's talk about it, man. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, let's see here. We're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Showtime. So, instrumental, fantastic. Love the choice. Definitely has that opera kind of show, play, stage, theater kind of feel to it. Definitely. So I like the choice off rip, but the mix is great. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this. Sound selection's great. Even the vocal sample's well utilized. Nothing that I would like ultimately switch on this at all. I feel like the production is very much on point for sure. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. You know, the melody's up there for me, but the drums are really, really fucking nuts, to be honest with you. Structure's good too, but probably the drums. Definitely the drums, 100%. I do feel like the melodies is like, you can totally make an argument for the melody. But, yeah, I'm going to go with drums. Drums are fantastic. Definitely. Especially the sound selection on them. Great. So instrumental solid. Talk vocals. Vocal mix. Fantastic. Evans has like a really solid, like, natural voice, right? So this is a voice that you don't really want to go super hard with processing on. But I definitely feel like Evans like hit like a nice sweet spot of being crispy, but still like very raw at the same time. So vocal mix is very much on point. I think this is only like the second or third submission we've had from Evans, so we don't have too much of like an experience with a lot of their library. But the two tracks that we have reacted to, their mix has been fantastic. So vocal mix very much on point. Vocal shining star. Probably writing. I mean, flow and cadence and delivery is really up there too, but the writing is just insane. It's just bar after bar after bar after bar. You know, you like the training day bar was crazy. There's so many memorable ones. Like, come on, yeah, writing definitely for sure, definitely writing. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. The stock theme. Aesthetics. Let's see here. Fantastic. I mean, especially for like a single, you know what I mean? High quality, super, super solid concept for something like Showtime, right? And then Evans Christ in the middle, Parental Advisory bottom right, produced by JM right below Showtime. I mean, what more could you want? You know what I mean? Perfect for a single, straight to the point. And I feel like the fonts are solid too. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, quite literally Showtime. You know what I mean? Evans kind of showed up on this one and they're like, yo, I'm back in this bitch. I'm dropping fucking bangers. Let me talk my shit. And that's pretty much what we got here. Like, throughout the whole track, I feel like Evans really, like, laid it out all on the fucking table. You know, so this is one where you definitely got to appreciate the writing and the lyricism for what it is. Definitely. 100%. So, with that said, huge shout out to Evans Christ. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And, of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They are 3 followers away from 500. That is a great milestone. So go show them some love there on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love. Get it. Alrighty, chat. Let's see who's up next. All right, so we left off with the homie Evans Christ. Up next is the homie Johnny B. Bad, aka Here's Johnny, and another very, very talented hip hop artist that we haven't heard from in a couple of months, to be honest with you. But this week they submitted a track titled Axe and Katana. I'm down. Pop it open, a new tab. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, keep the cookies. It is what it is. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So this is gonna be crazy. I love the aesthetics already. All right. So here's Johnny, Axe and Katana. Let's get into it. I'm down. A lot of good talent, not gonna lie, for sure. For sure.
Peace to Wolverine. Peace to Jay Shinobi. Black Kuza. Hey yo. Why tell him? Yeah. Flip like Clero Wilson. Better hide if you want to see your children. Deplete your wisdom. Lobotomy incision. No conviction. We speak tones different. Free throw swishing. Each hole different. Throw the piece so Nixon. Back burner steam Joe Biscuit. Foresee your vision. Head cracker need a CeeLo victim. Head cracker beat your shit in. Violent as head crackers at Chino prison. After Casamigos
Oh my
sipping.
God.
Run with amigos tripping. Seize your vision. M16 go ballistic. In the street we so different. In the street wild boy like Steve-O did it. Steamboat spliffing. Y'all just ego drifting. Drifting like a sailboat. Graduated out the hellhole. Cookie noodle like a cell phone. Crackheads like you smoke pale stones. Fuck your frail tone. Impale domes with a nail probe. Dry blood sticking like Velcro. Power line to shell toes. On your skin like Norelco. As far as bars, I hope the face shaved is felt those.
Oh, and I still got more to go.
Oh
More
shit.
to show up early, count the morning dough. You know I ball like I'm Norris Cole. Time is money, I can't afford to go. Let the phone ring, I'm ignoring hoes. Pissing hands turn me sorta cold. Cut from a different cloth, I never wore the clothes. Ooh. All them long nights we hoped and prayed, only Lordy knows. I remember they laced a blunt with some coke, thought it was for your nose. He Hulk Hogan the way paramedics ripped his shirt off. Blood leaking, I got up to wipe the dirt off. We was young as me mugging like we hurt y'all. Halloween back in 2016, that was the worst call. If you ask me what I need, then I deserve all. Throw a damn rock in the air and watch a bird fall. Two bitches on my dick having a slurp off. Who you kidding, unfitting, we knocking perms off. Yeah, we knocking perms off. Oh God. Like fuck you thought this was, man. Here's Johnny, man. Jay Shinobi. Ooh. Lil.
I like your style, Mr. Logan.
Wow. Super unique. Very, very unique, but still very raw and like organic hip hop, you know, but like has such a unique flavor to it. That was great. Awesome, man. Johnny is always like coming through with surprises, man, truly. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're talking about three things. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix, fantastic. I mean, it's a very like cipher freestyle, you know, kind of flavor of instrumental, right? So, not like super insane, uh, you know, production going on, but that's like the point. You know what I mean? It's very minimalistic, so it let the artist kind of have like their free reign, right? So I like the choice for like the vision, definitely. But the instrumental mix is fantastic. And again, nothing clashing too overbearing. Vocals sat nice. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing I would like really change on this, to be honest with you. Again, it has that grimy feel to it, so I feel like they hit the nail on the head as far as like this this cipher kind of style, right? Let's see. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Probably the vocal sample, to be honest with you. Again, I feel like the vocal sample was pretty well utilized here, and it was almost like a third feature, to be honest with you. So, I feel like the vocal sample was like really well used. So, instrumental solid, definitely the vocal sample for sure. Let's talk vocals. So, vocal mix. Okay, so we have a couple of different mixes here, but I do feel like they transition well. You know, they sound really, really solid together. So nothing like super, super clashy, nothing super, super overbearing. I feel like their styles like mix really well too, so you don't really necessarily need to like do much tweaking at all. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like this hit the nail on the head as far as like what this kind of track needed. You know, again, still grimy, but um, still very crisp at the same time for sure. So vocal mix solid for where it's at for both artists, definitely, definitely. Vocal shining star. I mean, it's got to be the writing, right? I mean, the writing is just fucking insane on this. Um, you know, you can make a case for flow and cadence and delivery, right? But for me, let's go writing for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely a sample. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, insane cover here, in fucking insane cover. It's one of those covers that like reminds me of Where's Waldo, but like much more darker and like it's just like the more you look at it, the more shit you see, and then you have the parental advisory at the bottom, right? So, wow, 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 wow. Fantastic. I mean, one of those covers that's just loaded, man, and you could literally look at this all day and find like so many like small things, right? Like here's Jack Nicholson, I think, from The Shining. There's like Wolverine here. There's quite a few references here that you could like actually pick out too. So, what a cover! What a fucking cover, to be honest with you. So aesthetics on point. Overall theme, axe and katana. I mean, very much like a cipher, freestyle kind of flavor here going on. So I wouldn't look too deep on the theme here. I would definitely appreciate the writing and lyricism that these two gave. Absolutely, for sure. So well done, my friends. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Johnny. Make sure you go follow Johnny on Bandcamp, and of course, make sure you go follow Johnny on Twitter. They are 9 followers away from 40. So go show them some love over there in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel similar to. All right. Okay, so we left off with the homie Johnny. Up next is the homie Braden, a multi-genre talented artist, has submitted a new track, I'm assuming. Let's see what we got here. Braden's been killing it as far as 2025 goes. Okay, so this is another track off of their project titled Money Face. And I think we reacted to the intro, and now we're reacting to track number 2, Locked In. Okay, I'm down. So like I said, a multi-genre talented artist, Braden, submitted Locked In. Let's get into it, and let's lock in.
Super soaker. Shorty hit me up, she said come over. She been trying to get a little closer. Every single day I keep getting even doper. Every single day I make a profit. Every day I gotta make a little deposit. You been off your rocker, buddy, need to stop it. Lock myself in my room cause I'm locked in. Smoke the blunt so fucking much, I'm high just like a comet. Bitch, I've been baking bread, dough up in my pockets. I'ma charge you for a feet like with a plug-in socket. And I've been making so much money, I'm a profit. I just started, ain't no way that I'm done. Tryna fuck with me, but I am not the one. Break some bread with my brothers breaking buns. And bitch, I play with the words like a pun. Bitch, I'm tryna make $1 million on my way shit. Look at my fucking county, I grew up in Wayne, bitch. Can't fuck with that hoe, no, I can't fuck with that dame, bitch. Same lane, same bitch, you been on that same shit. All the bitches talk to me when I walk in. I might pour it up if they bring a walk in. Smoking Skywalker like Christopher Walken. Bitch, I said it before, you know I'm locked in. Smoke the blunt so fucking much, I'm high just like a comet. Bitch, I've been baking bread, dough up in my. I'ma charge you for a feet like with a plug-in socket. And I've been making so much money, I'm a profit. Smoke the blunt so fucking much, I'm high just like a comet. Bitch, I've been baking bread, dough up in my pockets. I'ma charge you for a feet like with a plug-in socket. And I've been making so much money, I'm a profit.
That was crazy. That was definitely fucking crazy. Braden has really somewhat almost mastered this new age kind of jerk style and like even like sliding on these instrumentals like this is really, really fucking hard sometimes. I think Braden does a really good job with this style, man. It's really cool to see it back too, right? I mean, I know a couple artists kind of dive into this style too, but I think Braden has a lot of fun with it. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like they have a lot of fun with it. So that's fucking sick. And we got Ghost coming in with the 1 month of motherfucking. Let's get it, Ghost. You didn't have to do that, homie. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Much, much love. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the ad-free viewing, my friend. Thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Much love. Thank you. Okay. So, let's see here. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. So, we're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Locked In. Pretty obvious theme, but regardless, we're still gonna break it down. So, instrumental. I mean, like I said, the fact that Braden is even picking these instrumentals is crazy, and shows how much fun they're actually having with this style. You know what I mean? Like, so it's one of those things that it's just really, really crazy. Like, it's fun to see Braden attack these instrumentals, you know. And this is like the second or third one recently that just has this crazy, like, fast paced style. You know what I mean? So, super sick choice nonetheless. So, instrumental mix, very, very solid. Nothing super, super clashy, too overbearing. I mean, the drums are definitely like it's one of those mixes that, like, it's meant to be like that. You know what I mean? Like, the new age kind of jerk, like, alt trap styles is sometimes really hard to nail down, and I feel like the mix on this one was pretty solid. Pretty, like, for like what kind of instrumental it is, right? So, instrumental mix up there for sure. Instrumental shining star. I mean, it's got to be the drums, right? It's got to be the drums. It's just so fast paced, and it just keeps up the rhythm, and it's very high energy, if you will, for sure. You can tell he's having fun with it. I agree, right? Exactly. Like, Braden always sounds like they're having fun. I totally agree. I might as well. Yeah, of course, Ghost. Of course, feel free. I mean, nobody's ever expected to sub or anything like that. Like, as long as you guys are just in the stream and watching the videos, that's completely fine. So anything else is like super extra, and of course, everything goes right back into Music Mondays. So, awesome. But yeah, instrumental solid. Definitely the drums for sure. Definitely. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. I mean, this is another artist, right, who has a really good lock on their vocals, no matter what genre they're doing. We've seen Braden hit some alt rock melodical kind of vibes. We've seen Braden hit, like, straight up hip hop vibes, you know, and even more like niche styles like this jerk vibe is like really crazy. So, their mix is very solid throughout all of it, definitely. So he's had a very consistent vocal mix for quite some time, but something I always want to point out for anybody new here, you know what I mean? So, vocal mix, solid, right where it needs to be. Vocal shining star, probably the writing. But I mean, you could really go flow and cadence and delivery too, though. Because again, Braden really slid on this. But I feel like the flow definitely has to be talked about. But I'm gonna go with writing here, just because it was very much the cocky Braden style of writing. So always a good time. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, Money Face. I spoke a little bit about this cover last week, but I've been loving this, like, blue aesthetic that Braden has been doing on a lot of their releases, right? I feel like they've been actually killing it with the bluish kind of aesthetic, right? Like this blue hue here is like super solid, super fucking solid, and even in the latest release with no hue, it's still a blue shirt. You know what I mean? So it stayed pretty consistent, but yeah. Aesthetics definitely on point, definitely album worthy. And of course, for something called Money Face, you know what I mean? Just throw a little edit on it and you're good to go. You know what I mean? So for something like this, absolutely. So overall theme, quite literally what the title is. You know what I mean? Braden really talks their shit on this track, and just reminds everybody that they are locked in. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it's definitely one that you'd want to break down the writing and lyricism for, because there's a lot of fun bars in here, and I feel like Braden did a really good job with this one. And I'm excited to keep going through Money Face, man. So let's go. So with that said, huge shout out to Braden. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Braden on Spotify. Of course, make sure you go follow Braden on Twitter. They are $7 away from 10, so make sure you go show them some love on their new account, man. Go show Braden some love, damn it. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Let's get it. Okay. Crazy night, man. Crazy night. But we left off with the homie Braden. Up next is the homie Prod by Ghost. Now, Ghost has been in the chat chilling with us, just hanging out, lurking. We appreciate you. Let's fucking get it. But Ghost is actually a first-time submitting artist. Be the first time we get to showcase Ghost themselves here on the channel, right? Because for those of you that are consistent viewers of the show, you remember us breaking down Recession Rap with Levaries. Ghost did the executive production on that album, and it's fucking crazy. I think Ghost was a very highlightable part of that project, for sure. But this week they submitted a Dropbox link, so what I will do here is I'll pop this open in a new tab, but I just want to make sure that no emails are logged in or anything like that. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All right. Get that out the way. All right. Cool. All right, we're good. All right, so we got a little unreleased Dropbox link here from the homie Ghost. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm down. Beat 63, 114 BPM. So no like official title or anything like that. Just well, second technically. Right. Exactly. But we got some unreleased Ghost, man. First time submitting artist. I'm down. Not fully mixed either, just a little. Oh shit! So we got a little freshie in here. Okay. I'm down. All right. Let's get into some unreleased Ghost. Waveform is crazy. Cats are fire. Dropped out at a great time too. I had a lot of good thoughts about this. All drums are for my drum kit that we dropping this year. See, we gotta look out for that. Definitely, send us a little something and maybe cook up a beat with it, and then we can review it here on the show. Definitely. This is some extra promo when it drops. Fire. How are you gonna be cooking to it? Fire. Good. That's gonna be sick. Structure's great. Clap is really solid too. What an instrumental. Curious on the outro now. Fire. Yes, 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 yes. That's sick. Percussion is the star of the show here, man. The percussion is fantastic on this. Good little fade out. I mean, okay. So this was crazy. This is crazy. This is one of the more chill vibe on the album than way more crazy ones on it. Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny you say that because I was actually gonna bring that up. You know, with us reacting to pretty much all of Recession Rap, every track, Ghost's range here is like really crazy. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the instrumentals on Recession Rap were fucking nuts as well. But like Ghost mentioned, this is definitely more of a chill vibe, and this really shows their range as a producer. You know what I mean? So this is a great first time submission. I like this a lot. We've been reacting to prods on the show since the first episode, realistically. So it's always a good like switch up to just like find like a really sick prod who like goes out of their way to like cook up instrumentals on their own and really like owns being an artist. You know what I mean? Because some producers are just so obsessed with placements and working with vocalists and things like that they forget they're an artist too. You know what I mean? So producers need to take charge a little bit more, and this is what I like to see for sure. For sure. One thing I was trying to put out there, not many songs. Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel you. Like, that's one thing that's like very interesting about this because it shows your range. Truly, it does. So let's break it down. We're going to talk about two things here because obviously no vocals. So we're going to talk about the instrumental and we're going to talk about the overall theme of this unreleased. So, instrumental mix. And even though Ghost mentioned that it's not exactly like fully mixed yet, I think it was fantastic. I didn't find anything to be like overbearing or, you know, clashing with each other. I didn't find anything that was a bit too loud. I felt like everything was like sitting nicely throughout the whole instrumental, to be honest with you. And like I said, the production really shined here. I mean, you know, the melody called for like very chill drums anyway. I mean, you probably could have put crazy drums on it, but the melody itself is very dreamlike. You know, it's very like Bones Team Sesh type melody. So it's definitely one of those ones that needed a little bit more laid back drums, right? So that's one thing that I really love about this. But as far as the mix goes, fantastic. Like I said, nothing clashing to overbearing, nothing that I would like ultimately change. And sound selection is great, and it's all from Ghost's new sound kit. So yeah, no gripes on the mix at all, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, us as producers, right, and you know, regular listeners like won't really know this, but we're always like overthinking mixes sometimes. But you know, on some fresh ears, you know, sometimes shit just sounds like really on point and really crisp. You know, don't want to overdo it with the drums. Yeah, right. I agree. I feel like you took the proper route here for sure. Completely agree. But yeah, instrumental makes solid for where it's at. Definitely. Instrumental shining star. I don't want to say drums, to be honest with you. I kind of want to say drums. You know, the melody is very up there. Again, has this like cloud dream-like kind of feel to it as well. And the structure's great. The structure's also really great. I feel like you could talk about the structure as well. I mean, you're clocking in at 4.5 minutes, right? So you don't want to make it like too repetitive. and this structure dropped in when it needed to, it dropped out when it needed to, and everything was nice and like evenly spread. Sometimes producers go a little too crazy and everything just sounds like a loop. You know what I mean? But there's enough variety here as to where I felt like the structure was great on its own. You know what I mean? Like instrumentals like this, people love listening to, all the time. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important to like structure your shit out, and I feel like that's exactly what you did here, like really well. So, Shining Star Man, any one of those realistically could be, but I'm gonna go drums just because the hats and the clap was crazy. Like the definitely the drums for me for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk theme. Obviously not too crazy of a theme here because unreleased as well. So we'll have to be diving into what else Ghost has to offer as far as the theme goes here for sure. Because I have no doubt that this won't be the last time that we hear from Ghost for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Ghost for letting us score that unreleased, man. Let's fucking go. Good for you. And with that said, a huge shout out to Ghost. Make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They're literally $5 away from 510. So go show them some love in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every art's featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Make sure you go show the channel and these artists some love. We are a few subs away from 300. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz. So make sure you go show the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Worked on making good structure since day one. Yeah, see, that's great. That's such a great skill to have early on. You know what I mean? Such a great skill to have early on. Because I was back when I first started producing, that's exactly what I would do. And I'd be like, damn, this shit's too fucking repetitive. And then, you take breaks from projects and shit, and you go back to it, and you're like, oh, that's the problem. You know what I mean? Very common. So, super well done, my friend. Let's fucking go. Okay, so first time submitting artist Ghost. Let's fucking get it. Following Ghost, we would have the homie Laveries and the homie Jordan, but they're both Music Money's patrons, so we reacted to their submissions earlier in the show. So make sure you go check out the beginning of the show and go show Laveries and Jordan some love. Let's fucking get it. Yeah, you listen to see as repetitive artists don't like it. For sure. Spot on, my friend. Absolutely spot on. Let's see here. So I think we only have 2 more submissions for the night, my friends, and actually one of them does not follow Music Mondays on the Twitter. So the homie Gid, feel free to drop us a follow and make sure you resubmit next week after you do so. Because again, submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit, just to obviously spread our message and obviously show us love, but to just pay respect to the rest of the artists that do wait for their submissions to be reacted to every single week. So last but not least, another first time submitting artist, actually, which would be crazy. But we have an artist by the name of Collapse Boy, and they have no bio, and they submitted a track titled Let Me Go. All right, so we're going to go in blind. I'm totally down. Let's pop this open a new tab here, and let's see what we got from the homie Collapse Boy. 5 days ago. It looks like all this is very new. Yeah, they don't even have a bio anywhere. Wow. Okay. Let's see, how long have they been dropping music? Looks like they dropped their first song 21 days ago on this account. So very new. And they actually have some Sorrowbringer production. That is a underground veteran Sorrowbringer. So I'm interested. Let's see what we got here. So again, first time submitting artist, Collapse Boy, Let Me Go. Let's get into it.
So let me go. I've been feeling low. I'm feeling something now. I won't let you down if you still come around. Are you happy now?
I am picking for
Won't let me go. I've been feeling low. I'm feeling something now. Won't let you down if you still come around. Are you happy now?
Baby, tell me, are you happy now that I'm gone, that I'm gone, that I'm coming back alone, yeah. Baby, tell me, are you happy now that I'm fucked, that I'm thugged, that I'm turning into dust, yeah. Listen closely, baby. I know that you fucking hate me, but you're the one who made me. Was that a reason, maybe? I'm feeling rainy. I'm getting crazy. I've been dying daily, 'cause I ain't living lately. I've been throwing shady. I'm calling my baby, but you ain't picking, baby. But you ain't picking, baby.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, it's quite the way to just lay it on the line there for sure. I mean, much to talk about here, and they were dropping like a shit ton of music in just like a short amount of time. Like I think all of those first three tracks right there were all uploaded the same day. Wow. But Let Me Go is 5 days ago. Still very, very new. All right. First time submitting artist. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. Instrumental's fantastic. I mean, Sorrowbringer and Pizzle are actually insanely talented on this one for sure. So I like the instrumental choice a lot. And Sorrowbringer is actually a super, super nice person for sure. But I like the choice. I mean, if you're going for some more emotional writing, this is definitely the way to go. You have that like alt rock kind of flavor to it. So I like the choice. Instrumental mix, fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing at all. Not really a shocker. Drums are up there. Sound selection's great. Vocals definitely sit nice as well. Yeah, no gripes on the instrumental mix at all. A very minimalistic style of instrumental, but all the emotion is in the melody anyway. So instrumental mix solid for sure. Instrumental shining star, probably the melody. I mean, the melody like really sets the tone here, and kind of gets you ready for what you're about to go down for sure. So definitely the melody, but I do feel like drums are a close second though. But I like the melody on this one a lot. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. I mean, vocal mix is very interesting for this one because this is an artist who obviously just recently started making music, right? So, you really don't want to go too picky about it, and we're never really picky about it here on the show. Just because sometimes a mix is more of like a creative preference, but as long as the quality's there, whatever happens after that is up to the artist. You know what I mean? But as long as your vocals have quality, that's really all that matters. And for an artist that started dropping music 21 days ago, we're not gonna like super tear apart their mix. You know what I mean? Just because artists learn fast when they start cooking music like this. You know what I mean? So eventually, they just start developing a style, and once you record more, you start like learning, new tips and tricks, and it's an interesting journey. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting journey. So vocal mix for where it's at though is solid. It does have that like emotional sting to it, if you will. It's not like super super processed, but it's not exactly raw either. So it definitely hit like a nice middle ground to me. So vocal mix solid for where it's at. Vocal shining star. Probably the writing, to be honest with you. I feel like the writing was very it takes a lot of guts to write songs like this and like commit to it. And at the same time it's also therapeutic as well. So I feel like the writing was very important to them. So definitely writing for me, for sure. Instrumental mix or instrumental shining star, definitely the melody. Vocal shining star, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. What a fire ass cover, to be honest with you. It reminds me of those scary stories from the dark books that used to get in like middle school libraries and shit. Definitely has that like old like horror art style here for sure. And like what a powerful cover after you have listened to the track, right? Because now the cover means even more. So perfect for a single. And I feel like they went hard with this. I like this one a lot, definitely. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, we've been there. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there. And if you haven't been there in life, you will be there. So breakups are hell, man. And it's different for everybody. Everybody's journey and dealings with love is very different. And I think that's why writing and creating music is very important, because it's not only like a great outlet, but it's also, again, like I said, therapeutic, right? Like writing shit like this down and being able to like perform it and record it and release it feels way better than like any drug or any therapist or anything like that. I mean, and that's not therapy. that's not medical advice. What I'm saying is, it can feel a lot more satisfactory when you create like this, and it's not unhealthy. You're not doing drugs, you're not doing X, Y, or Z. Like, if you're getting your feelings out through an avenue like this, I feel like it can really do wonders to the mind, and it might not like heal you instantly, right? But it helps put the fire out for a little bit. You know what I mean? And then you just keep writing, and eventually, things starting to harden up, and you get used to that feeling. It's not always shit all the time. But man, once you do go through that like one bad breakup though, shit will change anybody. You know what I mean? It'll change anybody. So I respect it, and songs like these always hit a chord with me. So I always encourage artists to write about anything they want. It doesn't even really have to be love or relationships. I mean, it could be even heavier topics like drugs or death or anything like that. So sometimes the more serious tracks are very important to artists. So well done, my friend. Well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Collapse Boy. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, just like Music Mondays just did. They're 5 followers away from 10. And make sure you go follow Collapse Boy on Twitter. They are literally 8 followers away from 10. Brand new accounts. Make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, boost segments, whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in that channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, all right. That does it, my friends, for episode 208 of the Music Mondays podcast. Let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love. Let's shout out everybody in the chat. Let's shout out quite literally everybody who submitted and all that good jazz. Let's talk about what's coming and everything else here at Music Mondays. So you guys know the drill, man. With that said, huge shout out to quite literally everybody who tuned in to chat tonight. Even if you just lurked and chilled, you stopped by for a bit, anything like that, we appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Thank you. Like I said, even if you just lurked and chilled, we appreciate it. And huge shout out to anybody that did come through and chat, though. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost. Much love. I'm glad you came through and enjoyed the show, my friend. Huge shout out to Onwuka as well. Onwuka came through, and we had quite a few lurkers, man. Huge shout out to everybody that was lurking, coming through. And we got Ghost with a tier 1. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Massive shout out to Ghost for the tier 1. Much love. But yeah, huge shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's fucking get it, baby. You're welcome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Always appreciate it. Always. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted tonight. Huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patreons. Huge shout out to the homie Jordan, Laveries, and TDG. You guys are amazing. And everybody else over there on Patreon. The homie Mark, Ryuki, Kruger, Drive My Eyes, everybody over there on Patreon. You are amazing. Thank you. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted tonight as well. Huge shout out to Sam's Raps, Fonzie, Onwuka, TDG, Offspring Mysterious, Evans Christ, Here's Johnny, Brayden, Ghost, Laveries, Jordan, Collapse Boy, and the homie Gid. Thank you so much for all your submissions. Much love, my friends. And of course, submissions will be live for next week's show tomorrow, January 14th. If you're watching this anywhere else on YouTube or Spotify or anything like that, submissions are already open, so check the date and drop your links. But again, submissions will be live tomorrow for episode 209 of the Music Mondays podcast. And of course, You can stream the Music Mondays podcast wherever you listen to podcasts as well at anchor.fm/allmusicmondays. All 207 episodes are available to go stream right now if you want to go get into some underground music. So, with that said, much love, my friends. And again, submissions will be live tomorrow, and this episode will be live on audio platforms this Thursday, and it'll be on Patreon tonight for anybody who wants to go grab the download and get a high quality recording of anything that they like. But with that said, my friends, a couple big things coming up on Music Mondays over the course of the next couple weeks. Again, Patreon update, merch, and a website update. We're going to be refreshing the graphics as well. So a bunch of New Year stuff coming out. So make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays. We're pretty much available everywhere. Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, YouTube, wherever you're at on social media, Music Mondays is there. So go give us a follow and stay up to date with everything that we got going on, my friends. But with that said, that does it for the kid, man. And make sure you follow, subscribe below, everything linked below. I quite literally stream 5-6 days a week. We're always doing watch party stuff, speed runs, playing random games, all that good jazz. And of course, we do the Music Mondays podcast here as well. So again, I'll be live next week for episode 209 of the Music Mondays podcast, and I'll be live tomorrow, per usual, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, huge shout out to everybody that came through and showed fucking love. That does it for the Music Mondays podcast, episode 208. We'll see you next time, and take care.